It's your boy Ricky J, Rickie. You know the IE stands for Inspire Everyone. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode. Like I said, this is Wake Up Wednesday. So we appreciate everybody who's been supporting us, following us, subscribing to us, all the people who comment on our last video. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. I know it is Saturday, but we got Wake Up Wednesday, the Saturday edition. And later on this evening, it will be the Feed the Folks Friday, Saturday edition. If this is your first time tuning in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on the post notifications. That way you can get all the education, motivation, inspiration, and you don't have to wait for me to tell you when it's coming up. It'll be automatically on your YouTube page. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If this is not your first time, we appreciate y'all tuning back in. Go ahead, tell a friend if you have not told a friend. Help us spread the word. Like I said, we're trying to get to 200 subscribers by the end of April. So we're going to need everybody's help. I know you stay hungry for knowledge because you're back with us, but we need you to help spread the word. So go ahead and tell a friend and tell your friend and tell a friend. But we appreciate y'all for tuning to this episode. All right, so in this episode, what we're going to be doing is, number one, I'm going to give you the definition of power. And then after I give you the definition of power, we're going to reread the quotes and give you my interpretation of the quotes, and then also give you an example to help you paint a better picture for those quotes. So y'all stay tuned, we'll get started. After I read the quotes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer the question that I asked you on Monday. What power do you have and how are you used? That question will be answered before this episode is over, so y'all got to stay tuned and I give you the answer. Power is the ability to do something or act in a particular way. Alright, so the first quote is, powers of two kinds. One is obtained by fear of punishment and the other one by love or respect. So what we got from the first part was that people gain power because others are afraid of them, such as a bully and lunch money. The only reason the person is giving them lunch money is because they're afraid of the bully. All right. Now, the second part that we got from that is we also give people we love power over us. And an example with that is me and my younger siblings. My younger siblings know I love them. I don't have any kids, so I spoil them. And they use that unintentionally, but sometimes I feel like it is intentional. But the reason that they know I'm going to do anything for them is because they know that I love them so much. So those are my two examples for the first quote. Now the second quote is, courage is the power of the mind to overcome fear. All right, so what I got from that is you gain and you grow power by facing your fears. All right, now example of that is doing something that's out of your comfort zone. Number one, because you're going to grow after you do that. And number two, you're going to gain power from that situation because you did something that you thought you physically couldn't do. So that's how you gain the power in that situation. Now, number three that I got for you is the most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. And what I got from that is we're all capable of more than what we think if we believe. Now, for example, I know a lot of people that I know, they don't vote. And they say the reason they don't vote is because their vote doesn't matter. Well, when you get a collective people, like thousands, millions of people that don't believe that their voice and their feelings doesn't matter, then of course that your beliefs aren't going to be upheld because there's nobody speaking for you. So that's one thing I will say is don't think that your voice doesn't matter in any situation, voting, life, and whatever your job. Always express your feelings because I was always taught that a closed mouth doesn't get fed. All right, so remember that. Always express those feelings. A man or woman is what he or she does with power. And what I got from that is it's not what you have, it's what you do what you have. An example of that is kings, athletes, leaders, anybody with a lot of influence. Because number one, you can have a lot and do a little bit, right? Or you can have a little bit and do a lot. You can have a big impact with not a lot of things, not a lot of resources. So that's one thing that I always love is because it don't matter where you come from, it's matter where you're trying to get to and how hard you're willing to work. So always keep that in mind. No matter how much more somebody has than you, it doesn't matter because it matters what you have on the inside. So keep that in mind, all right? Greatest power is often simple patience. Man, I love that. I've been saying that all week, all right? The greatest power is often simple patience. So what I took from that is be disciplined and calm down. At times we overreact and take things more serious than they need to be taken. All right. Like, for example, with everything going on with the virus and people going to all the stores and buying out all the toilet paper, all the food now, like, calm down. Don't overreact. Get enough for yourself and enough that's going to benefit you. Don't buy in bulks because there's no reason to take from other people and they not have it. All right. And then another example that I like is road rage. All of us get road rage. And the thing about road rage is we get mad over something little. Somebody cut you off. You get mad about that because it's going to slow you down maybe a minute, maybe 30 seconds, right? You get frustrated with that. But it's not really that serious because sometimes we can just take a break. Hey, maybe that person's in a rush and they didn't even see you. A lot of times we get so in such of a rush that we get distracted by other people like a blind spot. You're going so fast, you're not even paying attention, and there's actually somebody right there. So what I say is just be disciplined, calm down, don't take everything so serious, don't overreact, and just have patience because that's where you're going to get your power. All right. So now, before we leave this episode, the next thing I got for you is I got to answer this question. So the question was, what power do you have and how are you using it? I don't know everyone's situations. We're all different. But what I do know is that the mind is the most powerful thing that we all have as humans. So use it with positivity because with positive expectation comes positive results. So that's the one thing you can do to your mind is reprogram it to a positive thoughts. Expect good things to happen to you. All right. Les Brown said that, but expect good things to happen to you because if you expect it, then you're going to get that. All right. Now, I want to leave you with one more question for the next segment of this episode. And now that we know where our power comes from, I want to ask you, how are you using it? All right. So I just told you to use it with positivity. I want you to think about how you're using it in your everyday life. All right. It's your boy, Ricky J. I just want to say I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of Feed the Folk. Now, if you could leave us some feedback, also tell a friend to get us to those 200 subscribers. Hey, man, y'all stay hungry. It's your boy, Ricky J. RICKIE. You know the IE stands for Inspire Everyone. We're going to keep feeding y'all, man.